So I'm going to pick one thing to start with is, okay. So I'm going to pick one thing to start with, which, I'm going to pick one thing to start, which is, all right, take 3.
How things been going?
Good.
Good.
We haven't honestly done a ton because the weather's cold now.
That's all right.
And she had surgery. So haven't really had any issues
Yeah.
with the little we have done.
Uh-huh.
But just figured since the social didn't
Get
go
it
great
in.
last time,
Yep.
try it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. Perfect. So same process. We're going to kind of bring her in this little middle area right here, and then we'll just bring some other dogs out and see what we can get. Perfect. Cool. All right. So same thing when you walk in, right? Just kind of like walk around. If she does kind of plant by you, just kind of keep moving. We'll just see what we can get. All right? Lily, okay. So just kind of just keep moving. I'll close it for you.
Yeah, I was wondering if she was going to remember how it went last time and just be on best behavior.
Yep. Well, it's something where it's one of those things where it's just like the repetition and just like allowing her that time to kind of feel it out helps. Because yeah, you can tell how like uncomfortable she kind of is and stuff. So just allowing her a minute. Waffles is pretty good about kind of like reading the room. Yeah, reading the room. So. But with your other dog, she's fine with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And she's fine with all of my parents' dogs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just she never really sees stranger dogs.
Yeah.
And I would like to know that I'm comfortable around stranger
Yep.
dogs.
Mm-hmm. And well, that is a good sign though too that like if she can be comfortable with dogs that she can get to know, then she can do it, right? It's just that initial anxiety that she has of getting introduced.
She's always fine at Camp Bow Wow. I have never gotten a bad report from them.
Yeah.
So I also wonder if part of it is like me being around causes her to be more anxious or not.
It could be, but same situation of like with the other dog in the house, with like, family members' dogs and stuff, like you're gonna be there too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely a possibility, but it's still, again, something that she can do it. Yeah. So we'll just give her. I think Waffles is good just for right now, especially just having one dog, not overwhelming her. I would like to see her kind of get a little bit more comfortable with him first before we even think about bringing another dog out. And like this situation too, like her just like laying down again, like I could release her and see if she pops up, but I kind of want, because I haven't given her a command, she's not in a command or something, so I want to see her kind of like make that decision on her own. If she wants to stay there, if that's where she's most comfortable right now, I don't want to feel like obligated to like move her out of that position, right? So if she wants to hang out there, that's totally fine. If she wants to move away, walk back into the corner or something, she can do that too. This is sometimes where like less is more kind of in the situation of like the less I have to be kind of like coaxing her or trying to talk to her or like boost her confidence up and stuff, the more it can be kind of overwhelming because then she feels like she has to be doing something.
Right.
Where it's just like, this is your time, you can do whatever you want, and really the only thing I'm doing is gonna correct if I need to.
Right. Okay. There's nothing there. More waffles.
It's like, oh, been there.
So we just didn't really.
Because I'd like to try to do this a couple more times, a little bit more often maybe, and just trying to get it. Because if this is like the last big thing, then I want to make sure we're kind of doing what we can.
Yeah. She was definitely more interested correction
Yep.
she got, and she's
Yep.
like, well, I'm not gonna do that again.
Well, and that's all right. You know, like again, it's something where it's just like if last time was something where big explosion, she got a correction, she comes back now and she's like, okay, I remember that. I don't want to do that again. Like I don't want to get that correction. Then this is her reevaluated. Yep, this is her like, okay, I'm going to take the easier route. I'm just not going to do anything. And so maybe I can avoid a correction that way. She'll have a great success like here, successful social, and then hopefully the next time she's like, okay, last time was good. Maybe she'll start like this. Hopefully she kind of opens up. That's why we're doing this a little bit longer, and probably where we'll spend the majority of this and of the follow-up. Is just doing this, just to kind of see what happens, you know? If she does open up, if she's just going to be like this the whole hour, whatever, and then we can kind of go from there. But that's why, yeah, like doing this more often, we'll be able to kind of get a better idea of seeing kind of like when she opens up and how she opens up and stuff like that, you know? Very boring, but also it's something where it's like I'm not going to ignite the fire. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times we want to be like, hey guys, come on, like blah blah, or like hype it up, but it's just like we don't need to push anything more than they're kind of doing right now. So the other good thing about this too is it prevents her from having to kind of like stick to you too. You know, she's allowing herself to kind of have that space, and luckily Waffles is still like interacting, but. But again, something where it's just like, say you are having the house, you know, boyfriend's brother comes over and dog comes over, whatever, right? If they were to like meet and she were to do something like this, it's just like, all right, just manage the other dog, right? Because she's doing great, she's doing her thing, so that would just be like more of the management part of things. But I mean, I definitely think it's like especially if you're not going to be there, right? Yeah.
Round trip, but yeah, it was literally like 900 for like Frontier with no bags. Should feel good now.
Yeah, there you go. Look like you have a little bit more pep in your step there. Huh? What do you think?
She's like, guys, I just really had to go.
Yeah. That's all right. Now you remember me, huh? Your teeth are stuck. Yeah, here for another minute or two, and just because she seems a little bit more open now, and then we can go back inside.
You feel good now.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
You could tell she wanted to jump in on that, but like thought about it again.
Yep. Swear. I mean, overall, like, she is still, like, nervous and stuff, but in those moments, like, especially outside, you could see, like, she was good, and this is obviously a lot better than last time, too, you know, in terms of just, like, success.
Yeah.
So, and that's with, like, with those big corrections, correcting on high, like, these are those examples of, like, one and done, right? It's, like, something where it's just, like, now that she remembers that, that expectation, it's like, okay, that's fine. Be calm, lay down, don't play at all, do whatever. That's totally normal, and that's totally fine, but it's something where it's just like, the more she does this and she has this kind of success moving forward, she'll always remember that, and she'll remember this as well as like, okay, these are the positive things. So I can do this if I'm nervous instead of going at a dog and trying to attack it and stuff like that, you know? And then over the course of these next couple socials, I want to see her just kind of slowly open up a little bit more with the dogs that we do have around. And because the next time we do it, these dogs will probably be socialized with a completely different round of dogs too. Just because Waffles doesn't come here all the time, and Sully usually isn't in many socials either. So it'll be something where we'll probably be using other dogs. So it'll be good to kind of just like see, kind of start gauging, okay, like where is she improving the most, and like, you know.
Hey guys, it's NFL star me. I'm here with Casey, who we are going to discuss using play or toys as a reward rather than food. Because Casey is so motivated, we just wanted to go over how to add a little bit of fun into your training and have your dog and you really engage with one another. Casey, bed? Good. So what I'm looking for before I toss the ball is just him stabilizing so that he's not really at the edge of the bed or really trying to get off a bunch of times. Then he's just kind of still. So I look for that. And then I'll release. Okay. And allow him to go get the ball. Come here, bud. Casey. Come here. Drop. Good. Bed. Good. Again, waiting for that stabilization. Okay. And how I'm getting him to drop the ball, which we've worked on drills, is just slight e-collar stem. Drop. So if I tell him drop and he does not do it, I'm pairing that with his working level correction, where he spits out the ball and then I'm able to throw it again. So part of the reward is being able to have it thrown again and engage with the toy. Casey, bed? Okay. Good job, buddy. Come here. Drop. Good. So we've been working on this for a couple of weeks now, so I'm going to advance it just slightly by adding some control over the command and having him watch the ball go by. He's not released yet, so my expectation is he remains on the bed until that release. And this was a dog that would go kind of bananas over toys, and like I described earlier, he would jump up at your face, try to jump at your arms, bite your arms. So we definitely needed to kind of help him play in a healthier way so it could be more effective for both us and him. Good work, buddy. Okay. Good job. Good job. So with a really toy-motivated dog, it's a really good idea to incorporate maybe some fun into your sessions, utilizing a toy rather than a food reward. And this can really hype up the energy of a training session, loosen the dog up a little bit, and it's a great way for you and your dog to connect. This is a great way to add some fun into your sessions with you and your dog.
Hi guys, I'm here today with Lenny. Lenny is staying with us for kind of a specialized daycare day because we're working on his handling skills. He is about a 2-year-old Great Dane who has had to be fully sedated at all of his vet visits because he's very fearful. And to be honest, most vets and their staff are just scared of him. So no one's really been willing to work with the owner on how to work him through it. So he's actually going through training with that being one of his biggest goals. So we have him here today. I have him in a nice tight space to simulate a little bit more of a close quarters vet room. I have him in a sit command right now. He can sit or down, whatever he prefers, to stabilize him. We're going to have Senny and Bridget come through. He has never met either of them. They are complete strangers to him. We're going to have them come in and play vet and vet tech and kind of see how he does. Ready?
Oh, hi, little guy. Hi, Lenny. Hi, Lenny.
This is Lenny. He's very nervous. Takes him a little bit of time to warm up. He's never actually bit somebody or tried to bite somebody. He just gets very fearful and panicky at times. So I'm hoping for him, our technique can be a less is more approach. Trying to restrain him or corner him is really not going to work in his favor. So I have him in a sit command right now. And I feel pretty confident that holding him accountable for a sit command will allow you to do most of the things that you need to get done. Our main goal today is just the priorities. So vaccines, things that really contribute to his immediate standard of health. And then as he continues to work through his issues, we're hoping to be able to, open up being able to do blood draws, more further examinations, things like that. If the sit command doesn't go as well as I would like, I also feel very confident in that if you are comfortable as the vet, if I just give you the leash and you kind of take him and work with him, he is going to do really well with that as well. He tends to be kind of defensive of whoever is his person and other people invading. So that's where most of that comes from. But whenever you are comfortable kind of trying to interact with him or touch him, I am ready when you are. Good boy, Len. Very nice. Very, very good. He said, what are you doing in here? Very good, Lenny. That was nice. And then a lot of times they'll probably want to like check under their stomach and do things like that. So, okay, I'm going to see if we release him and allow him to stand up, if he's allowing you to do a little bit of a further examination, leaning over him.
Oh yeah, that feels good.
Oh, that's nice, buddy. That's nice.
Nice
And again, this is a complete stranger to Lenny. He's never met her before. This is perfect. And even though Lenny has never actually tried to bite anybody, using the muzzle and getting him comfortable with it for vet visits enables the vet staff to be a lot more confident in handling him, because obviously we're prioritizing their safety as well in case he were to get really overwhelmed and try to do something silly. But that was perfect. Senny, even though the vet tech normally wouldn't do anything if the vet was able to get it done, do you want to just do that whole thing again with him? Just for added exposure? And this is great because he's actually panting as this is happening too. Nice. Good job, sir. Maybe try touching his tail, lifting it up to look at his booty.
Get his temperature. Looks good. Good job, Lenny.
Nice job, sir. That was really good, bud. Oh, I'm proud of you. So yeah, if you have a dog that really struggles with handling and vet issues, I'd say that's probably one of the biggest things we do here. One of the biggest issues we're presented with owners is the dog having to be sedated or even just medicated to go into vet visits, especially with these larger breeds, because the vet staff obviously doesn't feel like they can physically restrain the dog to be able to get everything accomplished. So if that is you with your dog, you don't have to do that forever. There's ways that you can work on it and overcome it, because especially with these large breed dogs, it is so dangerous to have to fully sedate them a lot. It's just very hard on their heart and their organs. So good job today, Lenny. Yay. I think you're ready to set up another appointment with a vet and give it a go again.
Go, Lenny. Go, Lenny.
And what's nice about that is that with our clients, we actually will go to the vet with you. So I'll be going to the vet with Lenny and his mom to help make sure everything goes smoothly and make sure that we're successful.
Realize that I always introduce myself, and I'm going to say, you already know who this is. Hi guys, it's us from Miracle Canine, and we are here today with Potcake Rescue 6 and 7, and we thought it would be nice to talk about some generalization with training. Obviously, if you've been following along with their story, David has done some pretty big work with them, getting them accustomed to new routines and our facility, and he's done amazing with kind of getting them to open up. He went on vacation recently, and he had me do a session, and he had Seamus do a session, so we just thought we'd chat about what it's like to generalize some of that training. from trainer to trainer?
While David was gone, the generalization, with having different people kind of work the dogs, is good for both of them, especially because they were so nervous and anxious of new environments, new people especially. So getting that different exposure to those things for them is going to be very beneficial, because when they do get adopted, obviously the owners are going to have to kind of introduce themselves and kind of repeat that whole process over. So having a way where it's not just David necessarily doing all the work, and also having Bridget and I kind of work with them a little bit here and there, generalizes that exposure of, okay, it's not just one person that I have to listen to, it's can be multiple people, as well as not just one person I need to be dependent on and comfortable with, but also multiple people as well.
And it helps build confidence in the sense that often in a dog's life there's going to be multiple people involved in their care. And because these dogs were so vastly under-socialized, practically feral to begin with, we really needed to get them exposed and feeling comfortable and confident with a number of different staff members here, whether they're being ran outside by a kennel tech or they're entering a training session, they're going to Home Depot and dealing with some public exposure. It's really important with dogs like this to show them that people aren't as scary as they think that they are. And as you can see, they've opened up quite a bit with just from their first video, where they were just absolutely like, no way, we're not going with you. And now they're actively taking food from us. They're getting more confidence. You can even see in the course of this video, this guy was over here at first. He's getting a little bit more confident coming up to me and kind of wanting some more snacks.
Sixes still
Yeah.
taking their space, but again,
Hi, Mama.
much more comfortable than
Hi,
when
sweetheart.
she first started too.
It goes to go into the topic of when we do board and trains at our facility and the dog is away from the owner for a month. The dog is coming to seek training because the owner is having issues with that dog. So when we get them here, training facility, I would say it takes less than a week for us to build a relationship with that dog and start to get big things accomplished.
Yeah.
And owners are always kind of mind blown that we've gotten the progress we've had. And it's just due to setting structure and boundaries, and giving the dogs expectations so they kind of come to understand what we're going to be doing with them. And then transferring that over to the owner is the difficult part, because they've had a past with pushing the owner in certain ways and the owner not holding them accountable. So it goes to generalize. Not only do we have to do it here at our facility, but we have to generalize the training to the owner when the dog gets home to make sure everything's successful.
With it only being 2 weeks, and this being only the third day that I've had any real interaction with them, you can see how much more comfortable they already are with both of us. So just over time, it's been good to kind of boost their confidence up, and having that exposure really comes a long way in terms of a couple days ago, they would not have been able to do this, be this comfortable with me at least, but.
And oftentimes dogs that are going through rescues or fosters, which we do a lot of work with, those kinds of dogs, are going to end up with a multitude of different handlers, whether that's shelter employees, volunteers, etc. So generalizing the training to mean the same thing from person to person really helps the dog develop confidence in their overall environment and build relationships with people.
Continue following them, continue following their progress. It'll be a great story so far, so we're excited to see how much further their confidence is willing to go up, so that they can find their forever home.